Any more
Yes.
questions?
No.
Okay.
It's just because I was taking an English exam and they talked about this, and I didn't know how to cooperate with those kind of things, like the semicolon exactly.
You answered it wrong?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't worry, but semicolon is okay. It happens, Ajud, it happens. Don't worry. Okay, so we oh, I didn't change the setting for the here. Okay, here I shared the PowerPoint. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So here, question number 1. So we stopped at Mary Mohammed. Mary Mohammed read, Maya read, Nancy. Question number 1, ya Nancy.
Yes, miss.
Read it, dear. It is on the slideshow. Can you see the slideshow?
Why does the narrator say that men are complacently going about their business?
When I will show you where. It's on the first page. Okay, line 6, 7, 8. Here, on line 8, Nancy, you will find it. Did you open your book? 224, line 8.
Yes, miss, yes.
Okay, read it.
It's with infinite complacency men went to and fro over this globe about their little affairs, serene in their assurance of their empire over matter.
Why they were serene?
Because they kept is it like they kept bragging about their business?
Yes, why they were so worried about their business, yani they got into their business, why? And they were for over this globe about their little affairs, serene in their assurance of their empire over matter. It is impossible that the infusoria under the microscope do the same. No one gave,
No one gave a thought to older words of space as
yes, a source of human danger, or thought of them only to dismiss the idea of life. So they worried about their business because they have never thought that there is,
any like a human danger.
yes, any danger facing them. They never thought that
We
there are.
can say that they thought that there's no one stronger or intelligent more than them.
Excellent. No one stronger, more powerful, strong, or more intellectual than they are. Excellent.
Yes.
Read it, Nancy.
The narrator says that men are complacent and serene because they don't know they are being watched and that they believe they are in charge.
Yes, they believe that we are in charge, we are powerful, no one can no one can beat us. Okay, question number 2, Ravana.
Yes, miss. What does the narrator mean when he describes man as vain? Okay, he describes them as they're in vain because they haven't expressed any idea that intelligent life might have developed
Excellent.
behind
Vain
the
here
earthly level.
means like arrogant. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, say it again.
They haven't expressed any idea that that the intelligent life might have developed beyond the earthly level.
Excellent. Read it here.
man is described as vain because he has no clue that intelligent life could have developed beyond that on Earth.
Yes, it is in line 23, girls. When he says in line 23, underline it, please, blinded by his vanity, that no writer up to the very end of the 19th century expressed any idea that intelligent life might have developed there far or indeed at all beyond its early level. Thank you, Nancy. Noor? Yes, thank you, Nirvana. Sorry, dear. Nirvana. Noor?
Yes, miss. Yeah, miss.
Yes, read the question.
Why are the Martians looking to Earth?
Martians. Oh.
Martians looking to Earth.
What happened to their planet? What happened to their planet? That's why they thought of Earth, to come into Earth. What happened to their planet that we read and we analyzed? It's on line 34, line 33, 34, 35, 6, and this. What happened to their planet?
Because it was gone. It's physical condition that it can't.
Excellent. Difficult condition. They call temperature. Read it, Noor.
Their planet is becoming uninhabitable as the temperature drop and the oceans shrink.
Yes. And the oceans have shrunk to cover only the third. Okay, what are we going to do on first read? Here, focus on identifying point of view. Maya, read it, Maya.
Yes, miss.
It's on page 227, girls.
Okay, miss. The War of the Worlds opens with the narrator providing background about the Martians. The antagonists in the story. The narrator's
So antagonists are the Martians. Who are the protagonists, Maya?
Yes, miss.
Antagonists, bad people, are the Martians. Who are the good people? Who are the protagonists?
The humans.
Huh?
The humans.
Human, excellent. Continue.
Yes. The narrator's diction contributes to the mood of the text. Use the annotations you made in the first read to fill in the following charts. This will help you determine the author's mood and point of view.
So I want the description of the Martians and description of humans. We underline them and we write H and M, right or not?
Yes.
So Raghad, are you here? Is Raghad here? Mariam Shaghdali? Mariam?
Miss, are you picking by turn?
Yes, dear. If Mariam Shaghdali doesn't reply, it's your turn, yes, Serena. Mariam? Okay, Sarah? Sarah and then Serena.
Yes,
Sarah?
Yes. Do I read?
Yes, Sarah?
Do I
I
read?
will say for Sarah, do you hear me?
Yes, miss.
Okay, from description of the Martians, when he said intelligence greater than man's, scrutinized and studied, perhaps almost as narrowly as a man with a microscope might scrutinize and transient the creatures that swarm and multiply in a drop of water. Description of humans was with infinite complacency. Men went to and fro over this globe about their little affairs, serene in their assurance of their empire over matter. What is a second description of Martians that we underlined and we said it's a Martian description? Description of the Martians.
Miss, we can say about the humans that they are vain.
Yes, dear?
Vain, the humans.
I want from the excerpt itself.
From
Go
the
to
which?
the excerpt
from where?
that we've read.
Oh, okay.
We underline some
Yes, which
lines.
page of it? The first, second?
Any but يعني here he give you at the beginning of
Can I answer?
okay, wait, Serena. Here he underlined this with infinite. It was in line 8. We underline it together and we write H. There is another H in this on this page in 224. There is another H description of humans. Yes, Sarah. In 224. Sarah, were you following us? Sarah?
No, Miss, I came at the end of the second
Okay,
period.
Sarah. Serena, go, Serena. Description of humans on 224.
I'm not sure, but I found one in 225.
Can you give me one in 224 that we underlined and we write H on it?
It is the infinite complemency man.
Well, he said this with infinite complacency. Men went to and fro. He said it. There is another
Miss,
one.
by Martians, they mean here the transient creature.
Transient.
Yeah.
He said it also here in the slideshow. I want another one. Description of Martians.
No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th.
That's
Scrutinized. It is also
Yes.
written here. We underlined another one on page top in 225. What is description for human and description for Martians?
Is it the when with Venus eyes?
Say it all, dear.
A gulf of space, minds that are to our minds as ours.
Excellent. Continue.
I'll continue it. Okay, wait. Yet cross the gulf of space, minds that are to our mind as ours, to those of the beasts that perish, intellects vast and cool, unsympathetic, regarded this earth with envious eyes, and slowly and surely they drew their plans against us.
Yes, thank you. Okay, Serene. Serene?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Serene, what is on page 225, modifying human?
Wait, teacher, let me see. Yet so vain
Yes. Yes, read it, Serene.
in man and so blonde
Read
in
it,
his
Serene. Read it from the slide, yes.
Teacher, I couldn't hear you. You are loud.
Read it, dear. Read it. Read it from the slide.
It didn't appear yet.
Read from the book. Yet so vain.
Where? Yet
That
so
you've read,
vain
dear.
in man and so blinded by his vanity that no writer up to the very end of the 19th century expressed any idea that intelligent life might have developed therefore, or indeed at all, beyond its earthly level.
Earthly level. Thank you. Thank you, Serene. Sham Hassan. Sham Mazen. Tia.
Yes, miss.
Tia.
Miss, I'm Sham Aqil.
Sham Aqil. Read ye Sham. Tell me, Sham, on page 226.
Miss, I don't have the book.
You didn't buy it?
بنات عادي حد يصور لي على الجروب.
English, dear, English, but يعني. Okay, Sham. Tia, are you here? Wad?
Yes, miss.
Yes, she
Yes.
said she sent you on WhatsApp that it's lagging.
Tia? No WhatsApp, dear. Okay, Wad, another. I want another description of the Martians, okay, and on page 226. At the beginning of it, there is a description of the Martians. Were you following, Yawat?
Yes, miss, I'm following.
Yes. Thank you, حبيبتي. Another description of the Martians. At the beginning, at the early beginning of the page. At the very beginning of the page, dear, of 226. What? Budur?
Miss, I'm talking, you're not hearing me?
Yes, no, dear, now. I hear you now.
Line 45.
Yes. No, earlier. Any above, up. On line 42, Yawad. When he said, read it from the slide there over from the book, immediate pressure.
Immediate pressure of necessity has brightened their intelligence,
Intellects, yes.
ennobled their power, and hardened their hearts.
Excellent. When he was talking here about the motions. Thank you, Wad. Budur? Ahad? Arwa? Aya Banjak?
Yes, miss.
Who's here?
Ahad, I'm here.
Ahad, you came the second. How are you doing now, ya
Ahad? I'm feeling better, thanks.
Okay. So you were with us. Can you give me a description of humans on page 226?
Teacher, I don't have the book.
Okay, Ahad. Aya Banjak? Dima?
Yes,
Batul?
teacher.
Dima,
Yes,
another description of human on page 226. After line 50 يا ديما حبيبتي. After line 50 Dima, sweetheart.
The creatures who inhabit this earth.
Yes, excellent. And women. Read it, Dima. Read it.
It's still loading. It's not
Read from the book, Yardim.
Oh, okay. And we mean the creatures who inhabit this earth must be to them at least as aliens and lowly as we are the monkeys. And numerous to us, the intellectual side of man already admits that life is an incessant struggle for existence.
Yes, thank you, Dima. Thank you. Huda? Ghala Harir, Huda?
Yes.
Ghala Harir here? Okay, Huda?
Yes.
There is another one to describe the motions.
Did we لا هلا حكيت هذا immediately.
After 555.
Yes, here شو اسمه they see us when they say that they see us as inferior animals.
Yes.
Yes, their
and
word
this is
as
true is the belief of the minds upon Mars.
Yes. Hey,
Okay,
the
read
word
it.
is far
Looking
here.
across space.
And looking across space with instruments and intelligences such as we have scarcely dreamed of, they see a morning star of hope.
Hope, yes. Okay, the last one, the description of human. Yes, Judy, description of human, the last one.
The last paragraph, and before we judge them too harshly, we must remember what
Yes.
Yeah. Do I read it?
Read it, please.
And before we judge of them too harshly, we must remember what ruthless and utter destruction our own species has wrote not only upon animals such as the vanished bison and the dodo, but upon its inferior races.
Excellent. So here, all of that description of Martians, description of humans, help to create the mood. Help to create the mood. So the last question he asks you here, what is the mood of the story? What is the mood of the story here, girls? The mood. Okay. Leah. Layal and Leah, do you know the mood of the story? Who can help me, girls, identifying the mood of the story?
Is it like not mystery, like suspense?
Excellent, scientific, excellent. Scientific, huh? Because it has
like facts.
Remember the science fiction?
Yes.
Yes.
It's scientific. Yes. It's also formal. So write it, girls. Scientific, formal. And how does the author's diction is written words, contribute to the mood? While reading, girls, the vocabulary was easy or heavy and serious?
Serious.
Serious and heavy. So the diction is serious and heavy. And the mood is what?
Suspense.
Scientific. Okay, suspenseful, scientific,
Fiction.
formal. And formal. You understand? How the diction helped creating the mood is scientific mood, suspenseful mood, formal mood. How the diction contribute to the mood. The diction is what? Heavy, serious, heavy and serious mood. Heavy and serious mood. Words. Right or not?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, we then have some questions. Let's answer. So, Layal?
Yes, miss.
Okay, Layal, read the question, please. Page 228.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Read it loudly, dear. Leah? Layal or Leah? Linda? Lين الحاج?
Yes, miss, I'm here.
Yes, Linda, huh?
Yes, should I read it?
Yes, please. Layal and Leah, you left? Read ya Linda.
No, miss, I'm here.
So where are you, dear? You didn't read the question. After Linda. Okay, Linda, read the question.
Explain the comparison in the following line, and we men, the creatures who inhabit this earth, must be to them at least as aliens and lowly as are the monkeys and lemurs to us.
Yes. Explain the comparison. What is the comparison here?
He's saying the men to the aliens is like monkeys and lemurs to humans.
Excellent. Excellent. Read it, dear.
The narrator is saying that the humans on Earth compared to the Martians are no more intelligent than monkeys, and lemurs are compared to humans in intelligence.
Yes, thank you, Linda. Layal, read question 2, Layal.
Okay. Explain the following line. The
intellectual
The intellectual side of a man already admits that life is an incessant struggle for existence, and it would seem that this too is the belief of the minds upon Mars.
Men on Earth admit that life is an incessant struggle for existence. And it is the same belief of whom?
With
Of
the
whom?
Martian?
The Martians. So this is what he wants to say, that both of them want to do what, ya Layal? Both of them want to survive.
Yeah.
Continue read the answer, dear. Just as
the humans struggle to improve their condition, so do the Martians. So do
yes.
the Martians.
Thank you, dear. Leah? Okay. Lين الحاج?
Yes, teacher.
Lين, read the question, ya Lين.
What is the purpose of the final question the author makes in the expert in chapter 1? Are we such apostless of mercy as to complain if the Martians born in the same spirit?
The last question he asked in the excerpt, and I discussed with you. Are we such apostles of mercy as to complain if the Martians were in the same spirit? Eileen, you don't know the last question?
No.
Who knows, girls, please? This is, I said to you girls, this is the main idea of the excerpt. Nirvana or Nancy or Maya or Noor or Mariam or Lojain. The last question in the excerpt, are we such apostles of mercy as to complain if the Martians were in the same spirit? Lojain.
Yes,
Yes.
I think he's trying to say that we humans have treated the Tasmanians, for example, in a merciless way. So why would we complain if the Martians did us the same?
Yes.
Pointing out
it was the last question of the excerpt. Okay. Thank you, Lojain. Read Yaleen. Lead the answer.
The author is questioning why humans would be surprised to be treated as they have also treated others.
Yes. Okay. The last question is question 4. Lynn Mutter.
Yes, teacher.
Read it, dear.
Synthesize the information from the chart and question 1-3 by writing the main idea of the expert from chapter 1.
Yes, what does he want to say to you in all of that? He wants to tell you about what? The information from the chart and questions 1-3. What is the main idea of the whole excerpt? What do you understand? What happens? What happens, dear, here? What happened in the excerpt? Mary Muhammad, what happens in the excerpt?
Yes, miss.
What happens in the excerpt? What do you know in the excerpt?
And the excerpts, they're talking about that Martians see us inferior and they want to destroy Earth, and we already destroyed ourselves.
Excellent. So read it, please. Read the answer.
The narrator is explaining that, unbeknownst to human, Martians exist and have existed for much longer than humans on Earth have been around. Mars is in peril, so the Martians will need to wage war with the humans to take over the Earth.
Yes. Okay, girls, we finished. Okay, I'll upload for you the PowerPoint, and please study it well, Annie, after the quiz and everything. If you want anything, I'm available all the time. Have a nice weekend.
You too, teacher. Bye.